De nuevo, ¿qué tal estáis? Comenzaremos ahora con el segundo directo con el actor Hamonde. ¿Cómo es?
Walles
Hamonde. Es actor estadounidense, actor y escritor, que ha trabajado en varias películas, entre ellas Misión Imposible, Transformers, una última película que es de Agatha Christie, Agatha y ¿cómo es? La maldición de Isar, estrenada el pasado año. Comentarios de este actor que también de joven fue patinador artístico internacional. Pero encontró en el arte del teatro y del cine su vocación. Es el Auror 10 de Animales Fantásticos y dónde encontrarlos. Y bueno, esperemos que os guste la entrevista que le vamos a ver. Es interesante porque habla muchos idiomas. Lo descubriremos ahora. A ver si en breve nos ponemos en contacto con él y nos dice qué tal lo está pasando.
Hi.
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 How are you, God? Hola. So great to see you. Are you Adrian?
Yes.
Hi. How are you?
We're doing fine.
Or Adele?
Adele.
Adele. Pleasure to meet you.
Yes, Sarah's our daughter.
Right. Got it.
Yes.
Well, you look young enough to be anything.
I look?
You look young enough to be a daughter.
Well, thank you.
One second.
Yes.
No está alto. Está abajo. Mejor.
All right. Can you hear me better now?
Yes, now yeah.
Yeah, good.
Well, you remember me.
I do remember you. I sang you happy birthday.
Okay.
Yes.
It's a great present for me.
It was a great present for me too. Thank you very much. No, like I said at the time, I hadn't seen your Instagram. I had no idea your webpage existed, and your shop is incredible. I mean, honestly, it blew my mind. And the pictures that you guys have curated on your Instagram, it's quite stunning. I'm really blown away by you. So please understand, this is an honor for me more than anything else.
Well, for us as well. Yes, we do work hard with the shop. Try to make it magical and yes. Well, when somebody goes in, not to think it's just a normal shop, to feel like you're a bit in Hogwarts.
Oh my God, that totally comes across. Honestly, it blew my mind. I'm not even kidding.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Well, do you speak a lot of language? Is correct?
So I grew up kind of all over the world. So my first language is English, but I speak fluent English, Arabic, French, and Dutch. And then I also speak decent German, Greek, and Spanish.
Spanish.
Pero no quiero hacerlo en español.
Okay, no problem. Okay, no problem. No problem. Después translate you entrevista.
When we finish, we'll translate.
Yeah. Oh, great, wonderful.
Yes. Right. Well, thank you very much for collaborating with us. It's a big pleasure.
Ditto.
And before we start the interview, we would like to know how are you and how you're getting on in this lockdown.
Oh, that's a very sweet question. I'm doing okay. It's, I feel like everybody's experience is fairly the same. It's, it's like stages of grief. You're upset, and then you're you're worried, and then you're angry, and then you kind of make peace with it, and then you kind of chill. So I've been chilling. I've been pretending it's my summer holidays. So I've been watching all the movies I used to watch when I went to school. That's how I've been kind of keeping myself calm and kind of revisiting my childhood. It's been really fun to do, actually.
Right. Well, we have been now 42 days indoors.
Right.
And still got to wait until the 9th of May. So we've still got...
hang in there. But I think they just allowed children to go out with their parents now in Spain, right?
Yeah, well, from Sunday, they can let them go out, but people don't see it well. Because, well, they say the kids can get the virus, not have it, but pass it to other people. So you're going to let the streets fill up with kids.
Yeah.
It's a bit, and you can take them to the supermarket. You don't really want to take a kid to the supermarket. So I don't know exactly what's going to happen.
Right.
For now, they don't let us go out. You can only go out a moment for shopping or to the pharmacies or something, but you can't go for walks, or you can take the dog out 10 minutes, but not much more.
No, hacer deportes un poco.
And you can't go out to do sports.
Sure, yeah.
Nothing.
That's,
so people want to see
so bad.
Yeah, so people want to see a bit what's going to happen, or if the kids go out, what is really going to happen.
Right.
I don't know. I don't see it very clear, but we'll see what happens.
Well, you guys are amazing for having hung in there for so long. I mean, you don't look like you've gone crazy, so that's it.
Whoa. If you saw us another day, probably yes.
And you look like you're still talking to each other, so that's also very good.
Yeah, for now, yeah. But anyway, there's difficult days and easier. Yeah. But we try and be occupied with things, because if not, you don't, the day's very long.
Yeah.
And too many days.
Well, I'm so glad you are still sane and happy and working.
Yeah.
Bueno, gracias a vosotros, gracias a ti y a todos los actores que hacen el directo y se conectan con nosotros, nos hacen pasar este tiempo más llevadero, más feliz, más...
Y la gente que lo ve.
Gracias.
Right, well, we're going to start. We received questions from Facebook and Instagram, so we're going to start with the questions.
Oh, wow.
Right?
Okay.
Right.
I hope I know the answers.
Well, I hope so. What was the first thing you thought when they gave you the chance of being over 10?
Oh my gosh. It was a very long process. I had an audition, and then a second audition, and then a third audition, and then it all felt very positive, but I didn't know whether I got the job until another 2 weeks later. So there was this 2-week period where I didn't hear anything. And as an actor, if you don't hear after a week, your brain starts to go, okay, it didn't happen, I didn't get it. And then I got the call and found out. And then it was July, or the end of the July, the first week of August in 2015 when I found out. But I wasn't going to start filming until the end of October. So I had this 4-month period almost where I knew I had the job, but I wasn't going to be on set for 4 months. And that was very stressful because I kept worrying that they were going to change their minds. You hear these stories about like, oh, you've been recast or whatever. It happens to a lot of people in every level. And I was just like, oh God, please don't change your mind. Please don't change your mind. I really want to do this movie. And I remember my first week on set, they were running behind on filming. So I'd get picked up every morning. I'd go to set. I'd get into costume. I would sit in my trailer for 12 hours, and then they would cancel the scene. So even after my first week of filming in the last week of October, I was like, oh my God, I still haven't been on set. What if I don't make it into this movie?
Yeah.
And then finally, after 7 days, we started filming my scenes. And then I was filming for 6 weeks straight. And that was amazing. I mean, it was honestly, it's one of the most magical moments of my career, and it's really hard to put into words what it's like being on a Harry Potter franchise, because it's very much like a family, and you are very aware the whole time that you're doing something that very few people in the world get to do. So there's a huge amount of responsibility that comes with that.
Huh?
Was that a very long answer? I'm sorry.
That was perfect.
It's perfect.
That one is perfect. The more explanation, the better it is.
Okay, good. Because I can talk a lot, just warning you.
Right, no problem.
Sorry for my English.
It's fine. Your English is perfect.
Is the north of Spain. Did you like working for the Ministry of Magic?
Yes. So there's this wonderful thing that's part of the Harry Potter experience as well, is when you get cast in a movie, you go to wand school, and they teach you how to use your wand, and they teach you different spells, and then you get a chance to create your own spells and things like that. And that was really quite, again, it's just one of those things where you're like, not very many people in the world will ever get to go to wand school for real. And they take it, it's a very serious thing. You have to hold your wand a very specific way. Executing spells is a very specific art. Nothing in the Harry Potter world is accidental. Everything has a reason for being there. Everything is choreographed to the last second. And so it's not just like you hold your wand and you wave it. You know what I mean? So that was really just, again, very, very magical. Like I'm going to use that word a lot today, I think.
Yes. How would you describe your character?
So the character changed a lot over the course of the shooting. So originally, all the Aurors had dialogue, which didn't make it into the final movie. And the Aurors were originally written in the script. They were supposed to be like a supercomputer. So one would start a sentence and the other would finish it. So we all shared the same thoughts. That was the original concept for the Aurors. And then in the edit, that changed quite a bit. So the Aurors became this very silent but strong army that supported Serafina Pickery and everything she did. And I think it works. You're very aware that she has the force of the Ministry of Magic behind her, supporting her in every decision that she makes. And I think it's very obvious in the last scene, especially in the tunnel. I feel like we look like we're pretty kick-ass, right?
Yeah. Right.
How was the wardrobe process? The wardrobe
process.
Oh my gosh. The wardrobe process. Well, in some ways it was easy because there's only one costume. There was the problem was the coat, those leather coats. I think they weighed something like 8 kilograms. They were so heavy. So it was like you would be on set, and then as soon as they cut the scene, someone would come and take the jacket off you, because it was like working out with weights. It was so heavy. Also, like, I don't like wearing a lot of clothes. And that was a lot of clothes. So, Fantastic Beasts won an Oscar for costume design. Colleen, honestly, stunning. And there's something, every actor has a different process, but there's something very specific about when you put on the costume, suddenly the character comes in a whole new way. And part of that, as well as being given your wand and selecting your first wand, and that becomes your wand for the whole process. So if every day somebody comes and takes your wand and they store it for you, and then the next day they give you your wand again. So that stuff is really amazing, because they take really good care that that continuity stays from one scene to the next.
Mm-hmm. Did you keep your wand? No.
No, I'm gonna have to buy one. Do you guys sell them?
Yeah, we sell them.
Okay, when I come to visit you in Coruña, I will buy a wand from you.
Buy a wand, okay, yeah. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Well, the next question was, you said a bit about it. What did you feel when they gave you your wand?
It's just shock. That feeling that you can't quite believe this is your life. Listen, as actors, we go up for hundreds and hundreds of auditions every year, right? And you only book, I think the average is actors book 1 in every 64 jobs they audition for. So, yeah, it's not a great job. Don't do it. So when you do get a job and it ends up being a job like that, you do spend a lot of time not quite believing your luck. You kind of want to pinch yourself because it seems too good to be true. And I think especially with Fantastic Beasts, because we were starting a new chapter of an existing story, there was the feeling that it was all new and different, but it's rooted in the Harry Potter world, and there's such a huge fan base there. I know as actors, we all felt this tremendous responsibility to make the fans happy with that installment, because we were bringing them something new. So everything felt like it was the first time, and it was a big deal.
Yeah.
Do you have any good memories making the film?
Lots. All the Aurors are friends. We have a WhatsApp chat. All the Aurors are phenomenal actors. If you go look at their IMDb's, they've all done amazing things. What a great company of Aurors to be in. And of course, working with some of the best actors in the world, working with Eddie Redmayne, with Catherine Waterston, with Dan Fogler, with Alison Sudol, with Colin Farrell, with Ezra Miller. It was a room of greats, every time we were in a room together. And, when we're working on a film set, we're all equals. We're all there doing the same job, in a sense. But you also quite aware that you're working with Oscar winners and someone like Colin Farrell, who, before I was even an actor, when I was still an ice skater, I remember being like, wow, that guy's an amazing actor. I never saw that in my future, 10 years later, I would be working with him. And that he was actually one of the nicest people to get to know. So intelligent, so funny, so witty. It's just a real pleasure to be around. Those kind of memories I'll never forget. I hope.
Yes.
Who knows?
Can you tell us if Aura 10 is going to appear in the next movies of Fantastic Beasts?
So I don't know. Never say never. Oftentimes characters reappear in later installments. In Harry Potter, some of the Death Eaters from Deathly Hallows 1 came back to Deathly Hallows 2. You never know. My phone is always on. And David, if you're watching, I'm available. I can shoot from here. Look, we can put up a green screen. As of now, I have no idea, but that could happen.
Yes. Okay. Right. Were you a fan of Harry Potter before being part of the magical world?
Oh. It's not that I wasn't a fan. I just had never read any of it. So I hadn't read any Harry Potter. I hadn't seen any of the movies. And then my agent called me on the Thursday and said, you have an audition for Fantastic Beasts on Tuesday. It was a bank holiday weekend in the UK. So I had 3 days to learn, and I was auditioning for 4 different parts. So I had the good fortune of having a few days to prepare myself and learn the lines, and I was like, well, actually, I need to do a lot more than that because I know nothing about this world. So I went and read the first book, and then I realized it was amazing, but it was not going to help me prepare for the audition. So I went and watched all the movies in that weekend. It was a long weekend. So I wasn't a fan before I got the audition, but I was a fan by the time I walked into my audition. I was particularly blown away by the first book. I had no idea. Like, I remember just crying when I was reading such a beautiful world, and she describes it so intricately.
Yes.
Yeah. And actually, the same.
Yeah.
Sorry?
You're still a good fan of Harry Potter?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Fantastic.
I mean, also, it amazes me seeing, because I do a lot of conventions. So when I go to the conventions and I meet the fans, it's amazing how much it's touched everybody's life, and that is it's quite amazing to see. And it's all people from all different walks of life, and it's like they find this common bond. I mean, you must find that in your shop as well, that every walk of life walks through there. It's really what she's created is a community that it's mind blowing.
A magical community.
Yeah, there's that word again.
Which Hogwarts house do you belong?
Two.
I'm not sure, because every time I do a test, it comes out different. So maybe I'm like a perfect pie of all four.
Right. You have worked in Transformers.
Yeah.
Can you tell us how is it, and which is your favourite Transformer?
Okay. So I was in one very pivotal scene in Transformers the last night, in which I go in undercover into a Nazi base. It's a flashback scene, and I'm in a car, and we end up storming the Nazi base and defeating Hitler. It's a really cool scene, but the car that I'm riding ends up being Bumblebee in disguise. So, of course, Bumblebee is going to be my favorite because I got to ride him, right?
That's our favourite one.
Yeah, I mean, that was a very intense shoot. We were shooting nights. We were shooting at, oh gosh, I can't remember the name of it. Adele, what's the name of that? The palace where Winston Churchill grew up in Oxford somewhere. No?
Churchill.
No.
Anyway, it was that. I can't remember the name of the place, but it's like a massive Blenheim Palace.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Right. So that's where we were shooting. I mean, how they got the ability to shoot there. They had Nazi flags hanging off of it. I mean, insane. But it was a very, very intense few days and really quite amazing.
You have done as well Mission Impossible.
Yes.
What was it like to work with Tom Cruise?
He's scary, no. He's amazing. I didn't have much to do with Tom. All my scenes were with Simon Pegg. But Tom is very, very, just a consummate professional. So there was, the man, he's grown up on film sets, right? This has been his life for 30-something years, and he really knows how to treat a crew. So we had, he'd ordered a little vintage coffee station that was available to all the actors and crew that would make specialty coffees of any kind you wanted, and that was available on set every day, and that was paid for by Tom himself, not by the production company. Yeah, which is amazing. And then every cast member got a Mission Impossible gift after we finished filming, which was really nice. I've never had that before, and I was, again, one of the things you'll never forget. I'm like, oh, Tom Cruise gave me a gift. It's not a sentence.
Can you tell us what the gift was?
Yes, it was a, God, how do you say that? It's like a phone charger, like a metallic phone charger. It's supposed to supercharge your phone, and it had Mission Impossible engraved on it.
Wow.
And now I'm trying to remember where I have it, because I just moved recently. God, I hope I still have it.
You probably have, yeah. Did you get a gift in Fantastic Beasts when they finished?
No, the gift was being paid.
Well, that's a good gift, yeah.
It was a great gift, trust me. Amazing.
We love as well, the films of Agatha. You were in a film of Agatha.
Yeah, that came out at Christmas last year, yeah.
Yes. Can you tell us a bit about the film and your character?
Sure. So, Agatha and the Curse of Ishtar is actually one in a series of 3 movies that were written about Agatha Christie. So basically, they star Agatha as the main protagonist, and each film shows her in a different stage of her life. So they're based on actual events in her life, but the story is then fictionalized. So it's kind of like historical fiction. So Agatha and the Curse of Ishtar is set in Iraq in the 1920s, I want to say. There was a period after Agatha Christie's husband and she divorced, that she disappeared. And this is a true story. She ended up in Iraq, and she met her husband, her second husband there, Max Malloran. And so the writers of Agatha and the Curse of Ishtar fictionalized a murder mystery in the location in Iraq. And I got to play an Iraqi, because I speak Arabic, I got to play an Iraqi train conductor. I have an amazing scene with Lindsay Marshall, who, by the way, is one of the best Agatha Christies I've ever seen. If you haven't seen the show, you should absolutely watch it. She's phenomenal. Oh, yeah. I think it's going to be available for streaming soon. I'm just not sure where. But, yeah, really fun shoot. We got to film in Malta. The scene's quite comic. I'm speaking Iraqi Arabic, which it's a different dialect from the Arabic I do speak, so I got to learn something new. You know, it ticked all the boxes for me.
Have you ever been to Spain? Yeah.
I've never filmed in Spain, but when I was an ice skater, I used to go to Jaca every summer to do altitude training in the Pyrenees, which is amazing. So that's the only place I've been to in Spain, actually. I should probably travel more. Okay, yeah, a little bit to the north, and maybe also hit Barcelona and Madrid at some point. Maybe.
And the last question: can you tell me about your next projects?
It kind of depends what happens in the world. There was something I was supposed to be shooting right before the lockdown happened, so that got canceled. I was supposed to be doing a BBC4 radio play that was supposed to record right before the lockdown, and that's been postponed until after, but we don't know when that's going to start recording. And then I have a couple of video games that I'm supposed to be doing, but, you know, everything's a bit... but I promise I will appear somewhere soon at some point. Yeah, I mean, finally, at least everything's out of my control. I think that's probably why I'm quite relaxed now, because if everybody was working and I wasn't, I think I would feel terrible, but nobody's working, so I feel great.
No, nobody's doing anything.
No.
So you feel happy about it?
Well, it's just, it's quite nice to take your foot off the pedal every once in a while.
Yeah. Well, that's all the questions.
Okay.
Yes.
That's all the questions. If we get more questions in the future, we'll contact you.
Oh my gosh, yeah, absolutely. Anytime, I'm at your disposal. This is a lot of fun.
Well, thank you very much. Do you want to answer?
Sí, clear. Do you understand Spanish?
I understand you, yeah, go ahead. And if I don't, I'll tell you.
Fuiste patinador internacional, profesional.
Sí.
¿Sí? ¿Qué buenos recuerdos tienes de haber patinado, haber hecho un deporte olímpico?
So my memories just to be clear, skating was my whole life. I would have skated until I was 90, but my knees broke, so I had to quit. But my memories of skating are just, it was honestly my first love, and I will never, I still watch skating every day. My friends still compete. It's something, it's in my body, and it's never going to go away. It's frustrating because I can't skate very much anymore. And when I do, obviously my body's not able to do the things I used to do when I was very young. But it's still, I'm so grateful for skating on so many levels as well, because I think if I had become an actor in my 20s, I think I would have been terrible. I think all that training as a skater, learning to perform in front of an audience, learning to control your nerves, learning to fall on your ass in front of 100 people and get up again and keep going. Those are life lessons that sport gives you that nothing else can train you for. And it gives you a work ethic, and it gives you an understanding of your body. There's so many things that, I'm just so grateful for that I got the chance to have to live my passion, and now I found a second passion. I just feel very, very lucky.
Sí, veo. Te lo voy a decir en español, y si lo entiendes, si no, lo traduce Adela. Eres una persona muy simpática.
¿Yo? No.
Te gusta reír constantemente y positivo. ¿Te gustaría hacer alguna comedia?
Comedia, as in a comedy?
Yes, a comedy.
Would I want to do a comedy? Absolutely.
Yes.
In movies.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, my role in Agatha is very comedic, and I've done quite a bit of comedy. But yes, for me, if I had to choose a perfect job, it would be like to be in Friends or something. That's what I would like. Just because I think
you would look good in Friends.
Thanks. Tell them to reboot it. But it's more like, I think the ability to be able to work together like that as a team for so many years and really become a family, that really appeals to me. And because I think also when you get to play a character for that long, it becomes second nature to you. And that must be a fantastic feeling.
Yes.
So yeah, that's the dream.
Yes, sería tu sueño.
Espero verte en una comedia.
Gracias. Pronto. Ahora.
Or in the new film of Friends, I think they're going to do a film.
I think they're doing a one-off like Netflix special or something. I don't think, who knows? I'll call them.
I hope they listen to you.
Yeah, me too. I hope they pick up the phone. Even that would be a win.
Pues muchísimas gracias, Walles.
No, gracias. Thank you so much. What a pleasure. I really enjoyed that. And yeah, anytime you want to do it again, just holler.
And if you come to Spain, come to our shop.
Absolutely. I need to buy a wand.
Yes.
Estás invitado a venir a nuestra tienda y a conocernos.
Gracias. I promise.
Y tomar una pequeña cerveza. Una cerveza.
I don't drink alcohol.
Oh, bueno, okay.
Agua, sí. Todo el tiempo agua. Yeah, cup of tea as well. We're British, right? And can I just say to everybody who's been watching, thank you so much. I can see the comments coming up, and everybody's being really lovely. So a pleasure to thank you for joining in. So sweet.
Well,
thank you.
All right, talk soon.
Talk to you another day.
Absolutely. Take care of yourselves. Be safe, and I hope everything goes back to normal in your world soon.
Yes, and in England as well. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Ciao.
Bye.
Thank you.
Ciao.
Chao. Eliminar. Y ahí está. Pues esta ha sido la entrevista con Walles. Espero que os gustara. Bueno, es, como habéis entendido, si no os ayudamos ahora, él habla muchos idiomas, entre ellos, cuando le preguntamos, árabe, varios dialectos árabes, holandés, alemán, francés, belga y español. Entiende el español.
Y habla el americano y el inglés.
Y el
tiene sus acentos.
Realmente es muy interesante porque controla 16 dialectos diferentes entre el inglés. Entonces tiene su punto de poder gustar mucho. Bueno, y le preguntamos cómo estaba pasando la cuarentena y nos respondió a... ¿Nos respondió?
Bueno, pues que está muy parecido a nosotros. No es tan estricto en Inglaterra, pero está también confinado y trabajando desde casa. Pero como que se alegra saber que como todo el mundo está igual, pues como que le tranquiliza. No es solo él encerrado en casa y los demás están fuera. Al estar todos en la misma situación, pues...
Que lo lleva mejor. Le preguntamos qué fue lo primero que se le pasó por la cabeza cuando le dieron el papel de Auror en Animales Fantásticos y nos comentó
que no se lo creía, hizo una audición, luego hizo otra y después dijeron que sobre una semana los llamaban y no los llamaron y pensó, no me van a dar el papel. Pero lo llamaron a las 2 semanas. Y bueno, dijo que son las grandes cosas que le han ocurrido.
También le preguntamos si le gustó formar parte del Ministerio de Magia y nos dijo que...
bueno, que era como una academia de magos poderosos, ¿sabes? Un poco temidos y que incluso había como una escuela allí para que aprendieran a ser aurores y manejaran las varitas, pero no de broma. No, tenías que hacer tus movimientos, todo. Aunque después a lo mejor no salga en la película o lo hayan recortado.
Tenían que entrenar.
Y duro.
Preguntamos cómo describiría su personaje.
Dijo que se sentía poderoso, que estaba haciendo el bien y bueno, entre todo el conjunto y la familia con los que trabajaba y trabajaba con grandes actores,
hicieron piña.
Sí, y encajaba bien en el papel, le gustaba. Ese papel le gustaba.
También le preguntamos qué se sintió cuando le dieron su varita.
Bueno, increíble, porque cuando le dieron la varita era su varita y era un momento casi religioso, ¿sabes? Le preguntamos si se lo quedó, no se lo dieron. Pidió que si se lo podían mandar o algo, y si no, que venía a nuestra tienda porque vendíamos varitas. Entonces, tiene que venir a comprar la varita.
También le preguntamos cómo es el proceso de vestuario.
Él solo tuvo un traje, otras personas tuvieron más, pero en esta película ganaron el Oscar por el vestuario y...
Comentó que solo su chaqueta, su abrigo, pesaba 8 kilos.
Que él suele ir ligerito de ropa normalmente y claro, cuando se le pusieron eso se quería morir. Entonces actuaron y justo cuando cortaban la película venía alguien a quitarles el abrigo porque parece que llevaban peces encima.
También le preguntamos si tenía algún buen recuerdo del rodaje y nos comentó que sí.
Que sí, que eran, bueno, que a lo mejor la primera semana que él iba, le iban a buscar, lo llevaban... Pasaba una semana y aún no habían grabado su parte. Entonces llegaba la segunda semana y bueno, ya empezaban a hacer grabación y iba entrando.
Se iban conociendo más los actores, trabajar con actores de la talla de Colin Farrell, que era un buen subidón, y que tenía, no sé, como un poco de miedo y demás, sí. y sin embargo...
Él era fan de él cuando era más joven y no se creía que él iba a estar compartiendo plató con él, o sea, en la escena con él.
Con él y dice que es muy
profesional, muy humilde.
Correcto. También le preguntamos si lo veríamos en las siguientes entregas de Animales Fantásticos.
Nos dijo que no lo sabe.
Que no lo sabe, pero que ojalá.
Que ojalá que lo llamen.
Que cruzaría los dedos para que lo llamaran. También le preguntamos si era fan antes de la película de Animales Fantásticos. Si era fan
antes de que lo llamaran. Y nos confesó que no. Nos confesó que no. Pero desde el momento que lo avisaron, para la auditoría, él leyó el primer libro, lloró, rió, alucinó con el libro. Y como no le daba tiempo, se vio en un fin de semana todas las películas.
Sí, un fin de semana duro.
Duro. Entonces, después fue preparado para el papel, para la auditoría. Y que le encantó. Ahora, hoy en día, sí que es fan.
Le preguntamos si se siente identificado con alguna de las casas.
Y nos contó que cada vez que se lo hacen, es una casa diferente. Entonces se divide en 4 y es de las 4 casas.
También trabajó en Transformers y le preguntamos cómo fue la experiencia de trabajar en Transformers y cuál era su Transformers favorito.
Tuvo un pequeño papel en Transformers, aparece en un coche de noche en la escena y su coche se transforma y es Bumblebee. Entonces dijo que ese es su favorito y también es el nuestro.
También trabajó con Tom Cruise en Misión Imposible y le preguntamos cómo había sido.
Nos contó que sus escenas no fueron directamente con él, pero sí que lo conoció. Le gustó mucho trabajar para la película Misión Imposible y nos dijo que Tom Cruise era un gran profesional, que incluso pidió como un food truck de cafés para el rodaje, para que pudieras pedir cualquier café,
cualquier tipo de
café, un cappuccino, lo que tú quisieras, las veces que quieras durante que estabas allí, y lo pagaba él. Y que cuando acabaron la grabación, Tom Cruise dio un regalo a todos, cámaras, todos. Y le dije que qué era. Y era como un cargador de teléfono metálico y ponía Misión Imposible, así del estilo de la película. Y dijo, ¿dónde lo dejé? No se acordaba bien dónde estaba en casa, pero que lo tenía en una caja.
También le preguntamos por su última película, la de Agatha Christie.
Tenías aquí el nombre.
Y el misterio y la maldición de Sal. Y cómo había sido, y nos comentó.
Él hace un papel cómico. Nosotros aún no lo hemos visto, porque yo creo que aún no salió aquí.
No.
Nos explicó que la película de Agatha van a ser 3 películas, que es sobre la vida de Agatha, en 3 partes. En esta deja a su marido y va a Israel, ¿no?
Israel, sí.
Y es donde conoce a su segundo marido. Y Walles hace un personaje simpático, creo que habla árabe.
Si no entendí, Israel, me parece.
Israelí. Y que le gustó mucho. Le gustó mucho. Y grabaron en Malta, Israel, grabaron en varios sitios.
Le preguntamos si ha venido a España y dijo que estuvo en Jaca.
Porque él era patinador artístico, profesional, y iba todos los años a entrenar ahí. Y que le gustaría volver a España. Ya nos puso ojos.
Ojitos.
A ver si viene.
También le preguntamos cuáles serían sus próximos proyectos y de momento, como está todo esto parado, pues...
Sí. Cuando se retome todo, va a hacer un programa con el BBC 4, una cadena inglesa, varios videojuegos y algún trabajo más. Pero que hasta que no vuelva todo esto a la normalidad, no sabe. Solo espera que se mantenga todo eso y que le espere.
Yo sabía que había sido patinador y que que le gustaba, era profesional en este deporte, y le pregunté qué experiencias tuvo buenas de haber sido patinador a nivel internacional.
Dijo que todas fueron buenas, que por un accidente se rompió las rodillas y que cree que si él con 20 años se hubiera ido a ser un actor, no hubiera hecho lo de patinador, a lo mejor no hubiera sido el mismo. Que cree que le vino bien tener sus años de experiencia de patinador porque también, entrenan, practican para estar delante del público. Dijo saber caer delante de miles de personas, que no lo sabe hacer cualquiera, levantarse como si no hubiera pasado nadie, y que es parte de su vida, que él hubiera patinado hasta los 90 años. Pero fue así, la vida. ¿Y algo más le preguntaste?
Sí, le pregunté bueno, a mí me parece muy simpático, muy cercano, y le pregunté que si le gustaría hacer alguna comedia en un futuro.
Dijo que había hecho el de Ágata, que su papel es cómico, pero que sí que le gustaría algo tipo Friends. Y le dije que sí, creo que iban a hacer un tipo película o algo, que a ver si lo ganaba. Y dijo que a ver si tenía suerte.
Bueno, pues a ver si tiene mucha suerte y cuando esto se acabe lo vemos en muchas películas. En un futuro cercano. Pues nada, pues esta ha sido la entrevista con Walles. Esperemos que os haya gustado, que hayáis disfrutado. Que bueno, deciros que os cuidéis mucho este fin de semana. Y nada, esperar a nuestro siguiente post para saber cuál es el actor que vamos a entrevistar y que estéis muy atentos al Instagram y al Facebook para ver el directo del próximo actor. En un principio no vamos a dar
Vamos a ser malos.
Sí, no vamos a dar ninguna pista.
Nosotros lo sabemos, pero estamos ahí.
Listo. Os vamos a poner con la miel y los labios. Pues nada, deciros que tengáis un
buen fin de semana
y que os cuidéis mucho.
Chao.
Besos. Cuidaros.
Chao, chao.